What actually makes a person good in the societal sense, in the personal sense, in the, day-to-day sense? What makes someone inherently good? We see people like Mr. Beast nowadays go on YouTube every few weeks and post these insane stunts where he's giving people tens of thousands of dollars, or he's replacing 1,000 people's eye surgeries, or whatever he's doing. We saw people in the past, such as James Charles, appear as these kind of amazing figures in specific communities, such as the gay community or the makeup community, and really kind of build this persona that they are good people. But are they, or were they actually? Well, it's not as simple as you might think. Your actions do not correlate to being a good person. Doing a good thing does not make you a good person. Doing a bad thing does not make you a bad person. Doing nothing doesn't make you, anything but a lazy person, right? In general, doing a singular action does not instantly label you as a bad person. Now, there are exceptions, right? Like a murderer or a child pet. Like those dudes or ladies or whoever doing that even just once will instantly label you, rightfully so, as an evil, corrupt, messed up person. However, I think people seem to be generalizing these things, these actions, smaller and smaller. It used to be, oh yeah, if you killed someone, you were a bad person. Or if you, cheated on someone, you're a bad person. But it seems like nowadays it's like, if you lie about one singular thing, that makes you a bad person. Or if you harm someone in a very inoffensive, minor way, that instantly makes you a bad person. And on the flip side, the purpose of today's video, I think there's a lot of kind of a good person, bad person talk, right? If you do one singular good thing and post it online, you're going to be heralded as this hero. If you save a little dog from a stream, people are going to be like, praising you for years. There was a clip a while back, I think in 2023, 2024, of these people saving a dog. It was like in the water, it was gonna probably drown or it's gonna get hurt, and these people, they saved the dog. It was like 5 people went down and they saved him, and society built a statue out of that. And I'm not saying that deed is bad, it really isn't, and I do think they deserve recognition for doing such a wholesome thing, but does that make them good people? Does that make them, in day-to-day life, good people of one small deed that they did years ago? Of course not. So in the same vein of thinking, for social media at least, does Mr. Beast posting videos about helping people out and giving them money, does that make him a good person at heart? No, not at all. Does James Charles, that was a past kind of thing, does him making wholesome, cool, makeup content that's very supportive, of the LGBTQ community, does that make him a good person? Well, clearly not. If you haven't been living under a rock, you would understand that James Charles hasn't exactly had the best reputation in the last, really decade, right? And in the same way, I don't think we should be heralding these people like Mr. Beast as these unsung, or sung at all, heroes. They shouldn't be heroes. They shouldn't be regarded as some of the greatest people alive. And I see a lot of people saying that Mr. Beast is amazing, Mr. Beast has such a good heart. Look at what he's doing. Why does he record videos of him giving people tens of thousands of dollars? Or him building wells in Africa? Or helping out hospitals? Why does he do that? It's because he knows he will get money. And if you go onto podcasts where Mr. Beast is talking, if you go onto, some of his even episodes or his, community posts, you will quickly realize Mr. Beast just wants to become the biggest and best YouTuber of all time. That is his sole passion, his sole drive. That is why he lives, is to make the best content at all times and to be the biggest and craziest and coolest YouTuber of all time.
Talked every day for 1,000 days in a row and did nothing but just hyper study what makes a good video, what makes a good thumbnail, what's good pacing, how to go viral. We would just get on Skype every morning, and some days I'd get on Skype at 7 a.m. and I'd be in the call until 10 p.m. and then I'd go to bed, I'd wake up and I'd do it again. We'd do things like take 1,000 thumbnails and see if there's a correlation to the brightness of the thumbnail to how many views it got.
He doesn't give a crap. Now, I will say this, I do think there's some nuance there. I do think that Jimmy has a good heart in general. He does want to help people out. And this is really cool that he's able to do philanthropy with all the money he's getting from YouTube. But at the same time, we can't just herald him as some saint because he's doing good actions. Because what is he doing? He's recording those good actions, those reactions, those giving-aways. He records them so that he can post them and continue to grow and make a ton of money for the next big stunt, the next big thing. The same can be said about prankster YouTubers. Those guys go around just trying to capture people's reactions, or all those meta-glass idiot dudes who go up to random girls and harass them and ask for their numbers. Those dudes, good or bad, it doesn't just make them a good or a bad person for doing those things, because at the end of the day, all they want is views. All they want is attention on YouTube and TikTok or wherever they're posting, right? So we can take the smallest reaction and clip farming YouTubers, we can take the biggest YouTuber of all time, arguably, in Mr. Beast. We can like kind of compare them on opposite ends of the spectrum. At the end of the day, you can't label someone as a good or a bad person off of their actions alone, at least in general. Again, murder, child ped, like really you can't really label someone as a good person if they do those things. I think a really good representation of that actually is Colleen Bellinger, aka Miranda Sings. She grew this huge kind of community on YouTube. She had her own little show. You know, she was really doing well for herself and people loved her. And then it came out that there were allegations of her doing bad stuff. I'll let you look into that. I don't want to get demonetized. She just did some pretty icky stuff. People hate her for that. She has the infamous ukulele apology video, which speaks for itself. I mean, that video is one of the most disliked videos on YouTube, I think. And overall, she kind of ruined her career off of one bad thing. And of course, it was like a lot of bad things. It happened over time. You know, you don't just instantly become this sick, twisted person. It takes a little bit of time for you to become really more and more corrupt and evil. But she's just an example, right, of someone like her and James Charles who were once regarded as amazing, great people who did amazing, great things. And yeah, they did amazing, great things. But under it all, they were evil people who did evil things and ruined their careers. And if we go back again to the Mr. Beast talking, that could happen with him any day. Any day that could be revealed that he did something bad to someone, or he lied about this or that, or he faked this or that. And then what's gonna happen? He's gonna get canceled. People are gonna make a bunch of stupid analysis videos and big documentaries on why Mr. Beast is ruined. He's canceled. The same thing happened with, you know, Lunchly, with Logan Paul and KSI and Mr. Beast, funnily enough. They produced this product that went very badly, was very bad for your health, you know, did not sell well. It was a whole flop. And you have YouTubers, who I won't name in specific, but you have YouTubers who genuinely posted big analysis, like recaps of these drama events every single day for like 6 months. Like, insane. I really do think that that's just the way the internet thinks. It's just all or nothing. If you're a good person and you do good things, you're going to be regarded as one of the best YouTubers of all time. You know, who knows, maybe Sunny V2 is going to make, you know, oh, the top 5 best YouTubers of all time video on you. People are going to praise you. You're going to get so much love and attention. But if you do one bad thing, whether it's child ped, whether it's, I don't know, murder, like whether you do one bad thing that's super bad or one bad thing that's just a little bit bad, you're gonna get canceled, people are gonna hate you, and guess what? Your career's over. Here's the thing, guys. I think to stop this problem, we would have to just stop putting these big creators on these pedestals, and that's not gonna happen. You know, people glaze and people worship these big creators, these big movie and dance stars, these big pop artists. I mean, go to like BTS, go to like these K-pop stars. They have some of the most deranged fans I've ever seen, who are literally like salivating over them. I think that really needs to change, and I just don't think it will, right? And that's a common theme with a lot of these kind of societal and social media trends. I don't think it's gonna fade away. They're too big for a reason. The algorithm loves them so much. You know, the world in general seems to love them so much. I just need to tell you guys, like, at least my personal opinion, never worship someone. Never put someone on this huge pedestal where it's like they are the best ever at their specific thing. And I'm not talking like stats. Like, inarguably, Tom Brady is the best American football player of all time. You know, there are debates around who's the best, you know, soccer player or football player, like Messi, Ronaldo, whatever. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying analytics. I'm not saying that type of thing. I'm specifically talking about content creation, music creation, all of that. We really need to stop putting these people on pedestals, okay? Because there are genuinely worshipers. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen these stupid Joe Bartolozzi edits where it's like he's the best streamer of all time. It's literally just glazing him. The entire edit is just literally glazing his entire being. I cannot tell you, I've probably seen like 50 of them in the last like week, and I'm sick of it, man. And the same thing happens with all these other big streamers, all these other big content creators, all these other big music artists. We really have to stop that for anything else to get better, and quite honestly, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think my message is gonna reach enough people at all, and even if it did, 90% of people are still gonna glaze the biggest people. They're still gonna glaze Mr. Beast. They're still gonna glaze like Queso, Joe Bartolozzi, Kai Cenat. They're still gonna do that. In my last essay video, again, to refer back to that, like, there were already a lot of people who were defending these huge streamers and trying to claim that Queso is so much different from everyone else. Joe Bartolozzi is so much different from everyone else, And I don't think that's a good mindset either, because every single person lacks integrity on some level. And that kind of ties into another thought that I have. Integrity is the biggest thing. It's the trump card in a person's life, a person's career, a person's character. Integrity is what you do when no one's looking. And I really think that is where the internet struggles, because you literally don't know the integrity of basically anyone. We don't know what Mr. Beast does when no one's watching, because no one's watching. We don't know what these huge streamers are doing when no one's watching, because no one's watching. You don't know what I'm doing because you're not watching me. I think the only people who could really speak to that person's integrity are God, if you believe in a God, and their family maybe, right? I think those are the only people. Maybe their spouses or their children. Like, those are the only people. There's like a select 10, 15 people in the entire world who know Jimmy's integrity, who know my integrity, who know your integrity. And I do think that integrity is the best and most vital thing, because I know there's a lot of people, I already know it. If we knew every single thing that every single person does, day to day even, everyone would be disgusted. YouTube, the internet would blow up. It would literally disintegrate. The world would collapse if everyone knew what the world leaders were doing every single day, what their friends were doing every single day, what the big creators are doing every single day. Which is why integrity is so valuable, because no one can understand it and really grasp what the person's true integrity, true intentions are, because they can't mind read, right? And I really do think, again, that is the most valuable and vital part of a person's life. Their integrity, their social integrity, their physical integrity, their mental integrity, what they allow themselves to think of when no one's watching and no one's looking, what they allow themselves to do in a bodily sense when no one's watching, when no one's looking, right? That's why there's so many people who are really fat or really skinny and try to go to the gym and stuff, and the best way for them to stay accountable is to post online and get their friends to start coming with them, because to do it when no one's watching, to just slowly build yourself, is so difficult. It's so difficult to maintain, and I can speak for that comfortably. It's so much easier when I'm talking to my friends about my gains, my losses, when I'm talking to you guys about how many times I go to the gym, how much weight I've lost. But when I don't do that, and it's just me and my own mind and my desire to get better, it's really, really difficult. And I think that is why integrity is so vital, is why integrity should be valued more. I don't see a whole lot of people talk about a person's integrity. It's always cancel culture, what they're doing. But it should be more than that, And I get, you can't tell a person's integrity, so how can you, really publicize that? How can you cancel people or promote people off of that, when that's, YouTubers' entire goals? So I understand why it's not as publicized, why it's not as talked about, but it needs to be, because integrity is vital to you as a human being. It really is. So that's what I had to say today, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Ton of support on the last essay video. It's almost 1,000 views, which is crazy for me, as I only have one video that has over 1,000 views. So for it to almost hit 1,000 views in 2 days is crazy for me. Thank you, guys. This one is gonna take me probably a while. Again, I'll put it up here, editor. Editor Sam, how much this video took, they take a while, right? But thank you guys for watching. I'll catch y'all in the next video. I post 7 times a week. I stream 7 nights a week. I'm always live at 8 p.m. Come check out the stream. Come show some love. Love y'all. See you guys in the next video or next stream. Peace.